One of the things I do with my Tech Insight groups is book reviews. I sit down with the sponsor from the company at the beginning of the year and we look at what might be valuable to the group. And the sort of books we've looked at are The 5 Dysfunctions of a Team by Patrick Lencioni, which is a great starter book where it's a parable about what makes teams effective. Up the Mood Elevator by Larry Sten. Love this book. It just really helps people understand how their mood affects the mood of the people around them. Another book we did last year, Stephen Covey's classic, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And what we try and do is encourage people to read, to learn, to develop, and to share. So we want them to structure their thinking and to develop their thinking and to come back. They don't have to agree with everything, but please keep thinking, keep moving, keep working together as a team. And these common book reviews have been tremendously useful. Great strengths of tech has always been our stable of speakers. As a tech chair, I draw on, I don't know the exact number, but 600 to 800 approved, certified speakers that I can bring in to see my groups. And we bring them in from across North America. So some of my favorites that I brought into the Tech Insight groups, Michael Alosso out of New York State, who really talks about how the way you communicate affects the strength of your communication. Learn how to communicate better and you can be more effective as a leader. Another guy, Craig Weber out of California, helped us look at difficult conversations. And this is gold for organizations, because in many organizations you get people that can't argue for their case, and they'll sit back if they're in a meeting or a conference and they disagree with something. They'll just sort of sit back and say, I'm not going to say anything in the meeting. I'll wait till afterwards and I'll send a nasty email. Or you get people in the meeting who can't think of a nice way to do it and just start pointing fingers and saying, you're wrong, you're never going to do it, that's the wrong way, it's not going to work. So he talks about the sweet spot between those two extremes and finding ways for companies to build and develop that muscle, to have difficult conversations. And another one I liked was Mary Law, who wrote a great book on managing thought and how your thinking affects your actions. So change your thinking, change the actions, change the outcomes. So if we can get our Tech Inside members to look at these ideas, to hear great speakers, and this isn't just a passing conversation or listening to a great speaker. This is a 3.5-hour workshop with 12 to 20 people. So it's a very intimate setting. So you get a lot of in-depth training on this stuff, which really helps them take that back into the workplace. And then in follow-up meetings, we can pursue it and see how they're doing. As a tech chair that works with the traditional CEO groups in tech alongside my Tech Inside groups and key groups, the main difference with the Tech Inside group is just that they're all from one company. The CEO is not in the room. That's made explicitly important at the beginning, that the CEO should not be in the room. But everybody else can be. It could be the entire VP suite. It could be the entire director suite. It could be the entire management suite. I found it best that we don't mix the layers too much. We can do a little bit of that, but broadly, if you have a strata of leadership in the organization, I think one strata, that works best. So the main difference is you have a single client. You're working with a single organization. So you have to align yourself with the needs of the organization. Once you're in the meeting, it's no different to running a regular tech meeting. You have to be on. You have to assemble a great list of speakers. You're going to bring in some great leadership exercises for development of thought. You're going to run an executive session where people have an opportunity to talk. And more than in a tech meeting, you're probably looking for the nuances of conversation, of communication across the group. So what's being said and what's not being said. So you're looking for tensions, you're looking for concerns, and really you're trying to explore them in a friendly, positive way. But I might stop the meeting and say, there seemed to be some friction. You seem to disagree with that point, but you didn't say anything. Can we talk about it? So it's important. I'm not there just to direct traffic. I'm there to help the company leadership grow, and through that growth to build their qualities as a team and to be a highly successful team. The other differences about having a tech inside group is that there's typically a sponsor for the group. Could be the CEO or could be one of his delegates like the VP of HR. And you have to sit down with that person at the beginning of the year and agree the topics and the subjects that they want to cover. So, for example, classic challenges that come up might be how do you retain staff? We're having a problem where we've been bleeding staff recently. What's going on? Let's peel back that and look at it. How do you identify, reward, motivate high performers in the organization? How do we build teamwork? It's easy to spell, it's easy to say, but it's not easy to do. It takes a lot of time. You can't just go to a 3-hour seminar and think, okay, we got it. It takes a lot of practice, and people need to understand the tools that they need to put the train back on the track if it's not working properly. Another issue might be communication. We're not a good, effective communicator, the company might say to me. So how do we improve communications inside the organization? How do we resolve problems? We've got great problems in the company. We've got departments that aren't working together. We're not sorting it out. How do we do that? So the objective is to give the leaders, the strata of management that I'm working with, the tools in order to be able to do that, the forum where they can share concerns, and then the opportunity to talk to each other through the medium of the TEC Inside group.